What is going on, guys? This is Mias, and this is an updated Zhan combo video. I'm also going to do an updated deck profile and testing video, as I always do. Again, for anyone who's kind of new to the channel, who's just, never watched a single one of my combos, deck profiles, blah, blah, blah. What I usually do is that I kind of try to divide them into 3 videos, instead of just trying to mix them up all in one, because people don't really watch all the way until the end, so sometimes I have some replays of testing, and people don't even know that they exist. So if I do specific videos, you actually know what you came here to watch. But yeah, Zhan, what's new with this deck? Well, I kind of just realized that the Tenyi monsters weren't necessarily bringing a lot to the table. It's really cool that Vishuda can bounce back cards your opponent controls. Adara is a tuner, so you can like randomly make Needle Fiber. But what does it really accomplish? Technically, it doesn't really help you synchro summon without having to commit your normal summon, because the Tenyi monsters, even though they're good, like, extenders in a way-ish, they're kind of not, because you have to control no-effect monsters, so you can't actually special summon 2 Tenyis on the field that would make a synchro monster. That just doesn't work. Like, you can't special summon a Vishuda and a Adara, and a lot of cards locked you under Wyrm or like Tenyi only, which sucks, because then you can't make Baroness, you can't make literally anything, and it becomes annoying. Like, you have to make Draco Berserker of the Tenyi and the level 8, and like the level 10, and that's it, that's all. But I want to make like the other cards like Dragite and Baroness, as I said. So what I'm actually doing right now, I'm showing you what the OCG are doing right now, where they're not playing any Tenyi cards, well, for the most part, 7 deck lists out of 9 from my last OCG metagame breakdown, and instead people have opted to go for Ecclesia the Virtuous in white, which is not a Zhan, and unfortunately it is not a Wyrm either, so it kind of has like synergy without having synergy. It's a Lone Fire Blossom, but you can't really use it to reveal it for the effect of Moyi, and you also cannot banish it from the graveyard to use the effect of Tai A, or discard it to use the effect of the level 6 guy. I don't really know their names by heart because I'm not Chinese. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the intro. But before we start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe, y'all. You know it makes me so happy, man. And now let's jump right into it. So combo number 1, we're going to be showing Ecclesia and the search card, Dragon Sword appears. I also don't know the name of the spells. I just know, like, by their artwork, oh yeah, this card searches and the other one's a Monster Reborn. And oh, I accidentally hovered over a pretty, well, I mean, this card just in everyone's deck now, but yeah, so you're going to be special summoning Moyi from the deck, revealing the Zheng or Wyrm card, and you're going to get that token, Chainlink 1 to search, Chainlink 2 to draw. This is the way you do it, so you dodge Gamma, Ogre, and all that BS. And also another important thing is that if you get your draw first, if you see that you search, like if you drew the level 6, you can actually draw a search for something a bit more specific, like the Monster Reborn. So now our search card is actually going to search for Tai A. This is really important. I see a lot of people who have that hand and don't really do this play, and this is the only way to get 3 synchros on the field turn 1, literally, except if you draw like Saki cards like Monster Reborn, Instant Fusion, Gold Sark, and BS like that, but that doesn't count. Like, this is like built in inherently in your engine to do 3 synchros on your very first turn. And also your opponent loses 1200 damage, and time has been called. Yeah. Alright, make Dragite, foolish for a card that doesn't really do anything because we're not playing any Tenyis. And that's it, that's all. Let's get into the next one. So people keep asking me, Yasin, the deck looks good and all, who cares though? Can it play through hand traps? Abso-freaking-lutely, bro. Well, first of all, Ghost Bell is absolute garbage against this deck, because the only card that actually interacts from the grave would be like the Monster Reborn and the graveyard effect of Ecclesia, as if I cared. And Phantasme is literally useless because I play a grand total of 0 Link monsters, so like only Gamma scares me, but you think I care? So what I'm actually going to do here, I technically have the option of going either normal summon Ecclesia or normal summon Moyi, since it is my very first turn, but I will actually be going normal summon Moyi because if I get Gamma here, well, the Ecclesia is actually going to be live. This is something that you have to remember, because Gamma is still really popular, whether it be in the OCG or in the TCG, so sometimes even when you're going first, Ecclesia can randomly still special summon itself, and it came up a few times for me in testing. So now we're randomly getting access to Tai A, which wouldn't have happened if our opponent didn't Gamma us, but whatever, it's fine. And yeah, so search 1 and then Foolish, Chainlink 2 doesn't really matter. Search some random BS, and then make the level 10 Synchro Baroness, burn for 1200, and now you have 2 negates, and 2 hand traps were useless. Only the Gamma did something, and it wasn't good enough, so, Jian best deck. Yasin, what happens when your opponent draws 5 hand traps? Well, yeah, okay, now you actually need a kind of a specific hand. The more Jian cards you draw, the better you are at playing through hand traps, and you're going to see this right now. So we have the level 6, the Moye, we have the Ecclesia, we have the Tai A, and we have Instant Fusion, but our opponent is stacked with the interruptions. He's absolutely stacked. He has Valor, Ash, Valor, Ghost Bell, Gamma. Yeah, it's kind of terrifying, to be honest. So we're going to be going level 6 because if we do this early, then we do not have to fear Nibiru, and if we get Gamma to here, it's not the end of the world since we have Ecclesia. So when you have hands like these, try to make sure that you play through hand traps at the best of your capabilities, because our opponent is going to hand trap us perfectly, but it's not going to matter because we are playing indeed the best deck in the game right now. So yeah, we're going neck 2, not a big deal. Our opponent still has 4 hand traps to our 3 card hand, but it doesn't matter at all. We can go special summon, he's going to Ash us. So now 3 hand traps against 2 cards in our hand. Kinda rough, but not the end of the world. So effect, he Valors us, it's fine. We're just going to go Instant Fusion, and we're going to summon our Magic Key level 4 tuner monster, which is good. It's one of the only ways to get a level 4 tuners extender when we keep eating Valors and Ashes and freaking Gammas every single second of our existence. Because I'm a hand trap magnet. I wish I could actually be another kind of magnet, but I'm not. And yeah, now I'm going to... yeah, you get the point. And now you're going to go Chainlink 1, Shi Jiao, and then Chainlink 2, Tai A. There's no card that, like I said, that you're trying specifically to mail. That doesn't matter. We're really just trying to dodge cards like Ogre, sorry. Well, Gamma as well when you're going first. But yeah, just if you can chain block, do it. I really don't give a flying pancake about the Foolish from Tai A. Actually doesn't change jack to my life. But the Surge does matter. Our opponent Valors us. All good in the hood, like I said, like freaking 4 hand traps down the grave. And we still have a negate. And then end phase, recycle back. Our opponent goes freaking Ghost Bell. We go, it's fine. Because we still have a monster negate. We still have a negate. And our opponent had to waste everything. And... you can't say, oh yeah, but if he just had less hand traps and a better aggressive hand, it would have been better for him. Absolutely not, because every single one of the hand traps that our opponent used traded for an interruption in case you were following. It really did. So now our opponent is on top deck mode against a negate, and it doesn't matter what he has. Literally, nothing matters. Just go negate, and then like the Seifert is a joke to me, whereas if I didn't have this negate, I actually would have died. So this is the importance of resilience in Yu-Gi-Oh! And to be quite fair, I'm not even supposed to like justify myself here and say like, oh yeah, it's this is why you want to play a deck that can actually make multiple negates through hand traps. It's kind of obvious, you should be able to tell. 5 hand traps in your opening hand, top deck, the crack, and it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this I don't know, this Jian updated combo video. I hope you guys were able to enjoy and learn a thing or two. Make sure you leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. That would help me out so much to keep existing on the planet, and I will see you next time. Peace.